Think about that. John 14 says, anyone who loves me will obey my teachings. My Father will love them, and we will come to them and make our home with them. In John 10:14, I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me. Just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. There is no shortage of Jesus communicating with his own lips what he desires from his followers. He wants intimacy. He wants a close relationship. He wants to fellowship. He wants us to know him and to be known by him. Service, obedience, holiness, ministry are all meant to flow from one thing, your love relationship with him. It's never meant to replace it. The measure of discipleship is not how we will perform our religious duties, but how deeply we are connected to the one who calls us a friend. What I see at the heart of Jesus in Scripture is not what the church teaches or modern religion teaches. We find something radically different. He is not looking for students trying to impress their teacher or servants working to earn their master's approval. He calls his people friends. That was his last commandment he gave his disciples before he left. I no longer call you servants, I call you friends. Because it is about intimacy and love. In John 15, he said to his disciples before he parted, I no longer call you servants, but friends. He was not just given a title, he was revealing his desire for an intimate relationship. Servants work for approval. Friends walk in love and trust. Servants fear failure. Friends are secure in love. That means following Jesus begins not with rule keeping, but with relationship building. Prayer, Bible study, worship, service. These are not requirements to check off a list. They are the byproducts of love with him. They flow naturally from knowing his heart and enjoying his presence. When they become duties, we perform to feel spiritual. But that's not how it works, because we lose the joy as these religious duties become burdens. Obedience, surrender, dying to self. These are not harsh demands from a distant God. They are the natural byproduct, a response of the heart that trusts in him. When you know his love, you feel secure in him. Obedience is not an obligation, it is a byproduct. Jesus is not asking for your sacrifices to prove devotion. He already gave the greatest sacrifice for acceptance. What he wants is your trust. Trust in what he has already done. He would rather have you admit honestly that you do not feel like praying than to hear you recite empty words you do not mean. He would rather hear your real doubts, your real questions, than watch you pretend to have all the right answers. Think of the people that Jesus spent time with here on earth. You'll notice a pattern. Tax collectors, prostitutes, fishermen, zealots. They did not get their act together before walking with him. They did not clean up their lives to earn the invitation to be his disciple. They became his friends because they trusted in his heart, even when they did not yet understand his words. Transformation in our faith happens through a relationship, not before doing it. You do not have to fix yourself to be close to Christ. Being close to Him is what changes you. Holiness is not about a flawless behavior, but about perfect love that flows from knowing and experiences grace so deeply that sin loses its appeal because you take on His desires. He is not looking for you to become like every other Christian you know. He created each and every one of us uniquely, with personalities, gifts, expressions of love that are yours alone. Some connect deeply with Him in quiet prayer, others in quiet acts of service, others in studying the Word, others in art, singing, creative expressions, others in simple conversations with Him over coffee. None matter more than the other. What matters the most is the heart. What is in the heart? What is what your heart desires? He sees your heart. Your intentions is what matters. If you're preaching on social media that keeping commandments and dietary rules and restrictions and what day you rest to perform those religious duties, you're missing it completely. You're missing the mark by a landslide. You do not know Him, and you walk in fear of when you stand before Him telling you, "Depart from me, I never knew you, you workers of iniquity." He wants an intimate relationship with you. It is not about religious performance. I've been going round and round and round with folks on social media, a certain set of few, because they have scriptures memorized and think they know everything. What they are missing is what Christ truly seeks. It's not a religious performance. It's not a checklist of things you should do or shouldn't do. It's all about your relationship. It's about your heart. And unless you get that through your thick head, you risk everything, because He does not care about all the rule keeping. He wants a relationship, and those rules you quote daily, following them are natural byproducts of His heart and your heart together in a relationship. I hope you figure this out while you still can.